Hey,
I was,
real quick
yeah.
before we
Uh-huh.
go on, I was going to ask you, um, how did um, your master class go yesterday?
It went. I thought it went really well. In fact, we're going to talk about it today. We're going to talk. In fact, and on genie hacking, we're going to talk about it even more.
Oh, okay,
So
cool.
this is really product launch week. I did notice that you were on the master class, or someone pretending to be you was on the master class. That I haven't seen you on a master class in a while.
Yeah, I was there for a little while, and then I had an unexpected guest come up in my carport.
Uh huh.
Friend, no big deal.
Uh huh.
Um, Distracted me a little bit, but I went through the launch plan, and I'm going to relaunch Ageless Athlete with guess what? Guess what it's going to have in it?
It's going to have some sort of a connection with the never quit mindset.
Nope.
Oh, is it going to have your real time stretching video that you
Gonna
finally
have a
made?
real time stretching video that is
Where's
coming
my
soon.
review copy?
Yeah, I will send it. Haven't edited it yet.
Okay, well, I hope it has a at the very end. It says, "Thanks for pushing me to do this for the last 15 years, Jim." Just saying. Um, that's awesome. That's smart because
Yeah.
that's a reason. That's a new thing.
New reason why to
It's
relaunch. Yep.
and that's a perfect combo. That is a perfect combination and reason to relaunch that thing. Really smart. And that was one of the big things we were talking about yesterday. And if you missed it, you can go join copyandcontent.ai and get access to the masterclass. But the big thing is the biggest part of any kind of launch is something new. Yes, it's got to be proven. Yes, it's got to be unique. But if I had to have one word that had to be a part of any kind of a product launch, it's the word new. It's got to have something new in it. It's got to have a new feat. If it's a relaunch, it's got to have a new feature. It's got to be a new version, the whole new and improved. It's got to have something that they've never seen before. And it's just human nature, man. I mean, it's like I said, nobody wants to watch a DVR of the news from 3 days ago. You're not going to do it. In fact, the news from lunchtime, if you watch the news at lunch and then you watch the news at night, and you're like, I already seen this.
Hmm.
It's gotta be something new if you want to have a launch or a relaunch. That's amazing. Now, are you going to update that ageless athlete thing at all, or it
The
doesn't
book
need to be
itself,
updated? Yeah, does that need any update or a bonus or anything?
uh, I'll have to think
Okay, the reason why I
on it. As
ask
of right
is
now, I know, but
okay.
I'm
So
listening.
the reason I ask is because have you ever bought a second edition of something?
Sure,
Okay, why?
because I like the first one.
Because you like the first one, but then the second one had something new to go with it.
Right.
So here's a little trick. How much do you sell the ageless athletes for? Ageless, I almost
I
said
think it's
ageless
like
athlete foot.
20,
Say it's
21.
$20.
Yeah,
Okay,
20
say
bucks.
it's $20. Um, and how much are you going to sell? What's the title of the real time stretching one? Never quit
I
stretching.
I
That's
don't have a
actually a
title for it. I don't have a title yet for it, but I do like the never quit stretching idea.
that's not a crap idea, dude. Like
No.
never quit mindset and never quit stretching.
Yeah, I could use the video for both.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So, okay, my point is if you come out with the never quit stretching and you put the two of them together as a bundle and then you do the relaunch, that's great, except for the people who bought the ageless athlete before, because
Hmm.
they're going to be thinking, oh crap, I already own ageless athlete. I don't want that. I just want the new thing. So, what you should do is make those people a special offer for never quit stretching before you do this launch.
Okay.
All
I
right.
like that.
Because then, and if you add any additional bonuses or something, which I would recommend, like when did you come out with the Ageless Athletes? Like 5 years ago?
No, November of 24.
I'm thinking of something else then. I'm thinking of the tactical fitness over 40 or whatever. Sorry.
I came out with that one 10 years ago.
Okay. Well, as I'm aging now, what, the past seems, just divide by two for what it really
Oh
is,
yeah, I got you.
Okay.
I got you.
Because last year Johnny was 9. Now he's
Yeah,
19.
I got you.
Um, 2 years ago, you were writing in our blog post article about putting a squat rack, feeling guilty about putting a squat bar on your skinny little kid, and now he's like, going to grad school or something.
Yeah,
My point though is that we want to make those people feel special. We also want them to spend more money. So when you think through anybody who bought that, they don't want to buy it again and they don't feel like they're not getting a special deal. So call out to them, be sensitive to that. Hey, I'm coming out with Never Quit Stretching. I'm going to release it as part of a bundle with Ageless Athlete, but because you already bought Ageless Athlete, um, I'm going to be selling this for whatever. So like if you were going to sell the bundle for 49 bucks or $100 or whatever, just say, hey, you know what? For the next 72 hours, you can have it for 20 bucks. Now, I'm not saying that's the numbers you should
yeah,
use, but what I'm
yeah.
saying is that by doing that way, making somebody feel like they're going to get a special deal and rewarding them for having bought in the past does a couple things. One, it makes them feel good about buying from you something they've done in the past. It gives them incentive to spend more money now, and it trains them that when they buy from you in the future, you will reward them. There's no negativity, and it's just reinforcing positive behavior. And when
Nice.
you look at it, however many you've sold of that Ageless Athlete, if half of those people bought, or 25%, even 20% of those people paid you an extra 50 bucks.
Yeah,
If it's 1,000 people giving you an extra 50 bucks is a new truck. Well,
that is
or
true.
a gently used truck. That's the way, where I really learned this was when we relaunched funnel scripts I don't even know how many years ago, but we changed it up. We added a bunch of stuff. Technology changed a little bit, and we were going from a yearly bill model to a one-time billing model. And the bottom line is we thought through this whole thing, thought how people would feel with a launch versus a relaunch and all that other stuff. And we ended up making over $1 million in a weekend because we thought that through, and everybody felt like they had gotten a great deal, even people who had
Nice.
already spent money before. So reward the people who've already bought
That's a good
whenever
idea.
you're doing any kind of a relaunch of something or a bundling of something. You don't make them feel like, oh crap, I already own this and he wants me to buy it again. So, and that's how you can do kind of a soft launch, pre-launch type thing. That's how you can also gather up your audience of people that you could do your Q&A with. So, you do the soft launch and Never Quit Stretching, and then the stories, I'll even write the story for you. I'll even write the sales copy. I've got a client who became a friend and a business partner. His name's Jim Edwards. When I met him, he was pretty overweight and out of shape, and I helped him get into amazing shape. And one of the things he's been after me for over 10 years or 15 years to do is a real-time stretching video. And I resisted it. Now, why did I resist it? A few reasons. One, I thought to myself, why would anybody want to actually sit there and stretch in real time with me? Plus, there were some production issues and I wanted it to be really nice and perfect. Then I had a startling revelation. We were doing basketball court yoga, something that we've developed with my spec ops team. And yet a friend of mine came through, and this might be some artistic license, friend of mine who's not one of the spec ops candidates, heard about it and said, "Hey, can you show me a few moves?" So I sent him a few basic yoga poses and things that we do. And he came back to me and said, "Oh my God, this is amazing. I just wish I could do this with you guys when you did it." And then Jim's voice, my friend's voice, it all made sense. And so we had one other thing. My son, who's really good with videotaping and editing and stuff like that, just graduated from college. And since he feels entitled to go in my refrigerator and eat my food, I'd actually have him earn his keep. So I had Will get his stuff together, came down, and he videotaped us doing basketball court yoga. He got all the right angles. It's the sound is good, the lighting's good, and this is something I'm actually really, really proud of. And you know what's best? My friend Jim gave it his stamp of approval because I gave him a pre-release copy, and he used it for a couple of weeks and really worked out the kinks. So this is a perfect product that goes along with Ageless Athlete, but you already bought Ageless Athlete, so I want to reward you for making that wise decision. And to do that, I'm going to give you 50% off for the next 72 hours on Never Quit Stretching, the perfect companion to Ageless Athlete. It's going to help you know exactly how to stretch, which stretches to do, to what degree to stretch, so that you're actually hurting yourself and not, you're actually helping yourself and not hurting yourself. And as a special bonus, I'm going to do a live Q&A session with everyone that buys before July whatever, and you're going to get a free ticket to that event. You can come and ask me any question you have about stretching, mobility, longevity, nutrition. It's going to be amazing and will ultimately end up being a bonus for Ageless Athlete. And that's going to carry a value of $97, but you're going to get access to it absolutely free when you get Never Quit Stretching before X date for just 50% off. So click the link. I'll look forward to seeing you on the live Q&A. Have a great day, Stu. Now, dude, that was some pretty good copy.
I would agree.
Okay. So,
Good story.
was most of
True
it
story.
true? Okay.
True story. Yeah.
So, anyway, that's, there you go. Um, that was my riff on launching, relaunching, and other stuff like that. I mean, but there you go. Anyway,
Nah, that's good, man. Thank you. Now I'm
I got,
excited to do this. In fact, I've already gone through the launch copy and content AI genie
okay.
and got it set up. And
Did it
yeah,
make any cool suggestions that you weren't expecting?
um, yeah, a couple like the trailer teaser video,
Uh-huh.
60-second origin story video, 3 myths
Okay.
about maintaining mobility over 50,
Okay.
blog post.
How
Yeah,
many
this is
days are
really
you gonna how many days are you gonna launch it over? 5, 7?
well, some reason I clicked the 14 button and
Okay.
we're doing it for 14 days, it
You can
appears.
work that thing for a couple of weeks.
Yeah. So I,
Okay.
I got it set up for August 1st through August 15th
Okay.
before everybody
Good.
goes on vacation that last week of
Does that
August.
does that coincide with paydays?
Yes.
That's an
Has two paydays in it.
that's an interesting thing to literally have a launch where your out of the gate launch is on first payday, and then the final call to action and cart close is
15
on
days
the
later.
next payday,
Yep. Yep.
which is
There you
very
go.
cool. So, all right, want to say hi to Brad, Dave, Vicky, Michelle. Welcome. Glad you guys are here. Um, seeing if we had any questions or anything. Brad says, never quit stretching so you only grow old instead of old and busted. All right. Stretch just like they voted in Chicago, early and often.
Damn.
There you go. Um, Well, you kind of screwed me a little bit on today's episode because I was going to use the example of you to demonstrate the product launch plan, Genie, but you
Oh,
already did it. Um, so that kind of messed me up. And I know in the Genie hacking session we do in the next hour, we're going to call a little bit of an audible on that because we've been talking about a lot of different things. Um, but we could jump in and kind of discuss. I'd like to jump over there, demonstrate it, discuss a little bit, maybe some modifications to a launch or a launch plan, or doing something short versus long, that kind of stuff. Does that sound good?
yeah, I like that. In fact, I'm sending you the
Mm-hmm.
what the genie just spit out to me.
Okay.
We can
You're
go over that.
sending. Okay.
Just send
You're
it to you
sending
by
that.
emails.
Okay. Um.
Hmm. Yeah, I love the relaunch stuff. If you want to know another idea I have for that keeps me on my marketing relaunching game,
Okay.
yes, um, it is I keep my latest book up on my desktop. So every time I go to my computer, first thing I see, boom, never quit mindset.
Okay.
So whenever it's like the week of a marketing blitz, I always keep it up on my desktop as my screensaver.
Okay. And that
Just
just
an
kind of
idea.
keeps you
Keep,
focused.
yeah, I mean, I come in, I'm like, oh, got to go do something.
Okay.
Just a quick reminder before I do anything in the day. Boom, posting on
Okay.
it.
I like it. So this is what you got. So we're building anticipation. So book trailer teaser, 6-second origin story video. You know what'd be good on that one is you tell the story of you being in that hotel room and having your ankle fall apart.
Yeah, that
I
was the
mean that
beginning of a story for sure.
right. 3 myths about maintaining mobility. I like it. Um, my only thing is that that's a long time of lead up, but
Oh
that's
no,
just
I was thinking this, Jim. I was
uh-huh.
going to, instead of building too much anticipation,
Uh-huh.
just say this is available now, August 1st, and then hit them with all of these things for 14 days,
Yeah,
talking about it.
I
That was my
I'm
plan.
a big proponent of building up some pressure.
Yeah, maybe I do
So
it for a couple of days.
I would do it like for the weekend and then release it on
Ah,
Monday or something.
yeah.
So, because it's kind of like we talked about this over here. Big thing about new. If there's one other thing, it's FOMO and anticipation.
Ah, good point.
And so that says anticipation. I don't know if it's spelled right. But I think my third grade teacher rolls over in her grave, Mrs. Lund. She's the only teacher ever to hit me in the head with a book, um, which explains it. Um, but it's like it's got to be something new. There's got to be a fear of losing out on something. I'm gonna have to pay too much. I'm gonna miss a bonus. I'm gonna miss a live event. I'm gonna miss out. I'm gonna miss out. And then there's also got to be at least a little bit of anticipation for I want it, but I can't have it right now. Even just a little bit.
Yeah.
When if the
Yeah, I
video
like the
games,
idea. Yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
so no, I'm just saying. I mean, if you think about anything, it's if you can have it anytime you want it, especially when you first just heard about it, and you know whether I get it today or I wait for a week or I wait 2 weeks, it's still going to be there and I'm not going to miss out on anything, then it's harder to get that knee jerk reaction of, I got to have this. So even if you, now this just popped into my head, we start thinking about this. Hey, are you feeling, are you got some aches and pains in there?
Mm.
Knees feeling a little stiff, back feeling a little this? I got something coming for you on Tuesday. Even if you just did that kind of, over the weekend, a lot of people sit still over the weekend and watch TV. They get stiff, but they're also feeling kind of gross from, feeling hurting from working out and stuff like that. What if I had something fun
Mm.
and interactive that you could do a couple times a week that only took, how long's the video going to be? 20 minutes?
Yeah, I think 20, yeah, 25 max.
That's 20, it's a little over 24 and a half minutes long. See, we get real specific. It might be 25 minutes, so that's a little more than 24 and a half minutes long.
Mhm.
And you're going to feel 18 again when you're done. Holy shit, what is it? It's coming Tuesday. You see what I mean? Even that little
Yeah.
bit of anticipation, they're going to remember that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, you know, that's my point.
I love it.
So that's, it's got to be a little bit of anticipation.
Agreed.
So let's look at this plan real quick that you got here. So 3 myths like that, 25 prospects of pain question. This is another thing that I think people really miss out on. If you know that there are customers that are going to buy, that if you just told them about it and you want to get some pre-release buzz and some testimonials ahead of time, DM them and say, "Hey, I'm coming out with this. I wanted to give you an opportunity for a 50% discount. If you would, if you want to grab it, I'd love it. And if you'd be happy giving me a testimonial, or I'd love to talk to you about what you think about it." You know what to say to people.
Yep.
But if 25 people pay you $100, that's $2,500 that you get for just sending DMs and reaching out to people.
True.
When I put it that way, it kind of, oh, I'm above that. Well, you're dumb then.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, I've gotten people to sign up for $10,000 masterminds and stuff by sending DMs. Uh, this 5 image behind the scenes carousel thing, I mean, what you're talking about there is perfect for that,
Oh yeah.
because you could have either take shots from the video, or you could have Will taking pictures while they're filming stuff, and you could use that to create behind the scenes stuff, or have somebody
Yeah.
take pictures of Will making the video.
Yeah. If you look at my Instagram post today, you'll see a little carousel of it.
All right. Not that I don't believe you, but let's go look.
This was my flow this morning, Jim.
Your flow. I thought you
Uh,
had said you had bad flow this morning.
I have. Well, it was great until after Mobility Day when I started working.
I got you.
Everything fell apart. My timing just screwed up.
Okay. Well, here's Stu. Is this the one?
That's yesterday's. So you got to go up to my page. Like
All
click,
right.
click, click right there.
Right here.
Take it to, yeah.
Okay.
And then you'll see a little scroll down right there. First,
Oh,
second,
this one.
second row. Yep, right there.
Oh,
Check it out.
wow. I thought that was you doing your flash dance thing. What a feeling.
I think you got to click it.
I know.
There you go. And you can scroll through it and hit those poses a little up closer.
Okay.
There you go. There you
It's
go.
not actually basketball court yoga anymore. It looks like pickleball yoga.
Yeah, yeah. It's on a basketball court. Yeah.
Um,
Look at that toe touch. Mm.
Damn, look at you, dude. That's good. That's real good. I can't do that. I can't do that. What kind of shoes you now? Here's the stupid thing that people do. Like,
Yeah.
Hey, I see Stu's doing stretching. What kind of shoes is he wearing? He's wearing shoes, chucklehead. You don't
Yeah.
need the shoes to do the stretch. Oh, we can't.
And
Hang
these,
on.
my zero shoes.
What now? What makes those? Does that say Xbox?
No, they're just zeros.
Oh, looks like it says Xbox on
Zeros.
there. Oh, zero.
Zero.
What's special
They're like
about a
zero
zero
drop.
shoe?
Like there's no like padding on it. It's kind of like a barefoot
Hmm.
shoe.
Susan says barefoot. She's educating me in the comments.
Yeah.
What is the She says that's what she runs in.
Yeah.
What is the advantage of those shoes? Are you just using those just for mobility day, or do you use those when you're running and doing all your other stuff too?
Well, until we get rid of concrete and asphalt,
Uh
I
huh.
won't I won't run in these on concrete and asphalt, but I do run in them on the beach, on dirt, on the track or turf.
Really?
There's not any cushion. And when you weigh over 200 pounds, I feel it in my teeth when I run on concrete in these shoes. So I wear a little thicker soled shoe on harder surfaces. So it just
Yeah.
forces you to have a midfoot strike versus anything other
Okay.
than that.
All right.
Yeah. Anyway,
Um.
but yes, that's
So,
my flow. And
well, no, I'm not done looking at your carousel,
oh,
dude.
sorry,
Let's see what else you're doing. What's that? Downward
that's called
dog
down
or
dog. Down
okay?
dog.
All right. What's that? Up
Up
dog?
dog. What's
Okay.
up, dog?
What's that?
That's called the lizard pose with a twist.
Okay.
Greatest America. That's a pigeon pose.
Okay.
That's called the Cossack squat.
Okay. All right. All right. So maybe it's think of that dance of putting on the Ritz. Uh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Spread my legs.
That looks like you fell down. Help. I'm falling and I can't
Yeah,
get up.
this is.
Hit the button, Stu.
I didn't realize the light was so bad today, but it really was bad today.
That's
Um,
okay.
yeah,
That looks, yeah, I like the face. Yeah, I'm not going to skip. I'm going to skip that one.
yeah. That's a
Um,
tough one. That's a tough one.
okay. Well, these are pretty good, man. I mean,
So
good
anyway,
on you.
that's part of my flow.
You're pretty flexible for an old
I,
guy.
and I would say those are probably about 30% of what we do in basketball court yoga.
And you go through all those poses in like 25 minutes.
Yeah, it's real quick. 2 breaths each pose.
And
So you
that gets
take
enough of a
two
and that
inhale,
gets enough of a
2 exhale.
stretch. That gets
Yeah,
enough.
it's like
Really?
8-10 seconds to do that. Big inhale, big exhale, big inhale, big exhale. Sometimes 15 seconds each pose,
Okay. All right.
but it's a flow. Keeps you moving.
I like it. I mean, let me ask you this. Is that used instead of mobility day or is that at the end of another workout? Is that in
I
addition
put
to
that
mobility day?
in. You can put that in after end of a workout. You could also, and it doesn't have to be 20 minutes long at the end of the workout. It could just be 5 minutes long.
Uh-huh.
But I do that after mobility day.
Okay.
So it takes like 20 minutes to go through that. And yeah. So
Do the
anyway,
young guys do it with you too?
yep, right along
Okay.
with me.
Okay. Brad asked a question about well, I got a comment here from Michelle said a competitor that I had signed up with years ago before your program, and they just did something new with a new program that added a social media platform, and the input was not favorable with their members because they had already spent a sizable amount of money on their first program, and they were furious that they did not offer a special to the existing members. So Jim, right on. Yeah, I mean
Nice.
you it is so dumb when I see these businesses that great example like Carnival or Norwegian, where people have spent all this money with them and now they're changing the rules and basically telling you to suck on it.
Mm,
And the attitude is all the people that have spent all this money already, all they want is to feel appreciated. That
right.
ultimately what this comes back to is are you making a customer feel appreciated?
Mm.
And that's what happens when the bean counters start running businesses. Never let an accountant
Ooh.
become the person in charge of what was once an entrepreneurially led business, because all you're going to do is piss off customers and drive the business into the toilet.
Yeah.
Now, Brad asked a good question. So, would it work to plan a 14-day launch and then pick and choose from what it creates for the 14-day launch and use some of those in a shorter 5 to 10-day launch? Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, what would be important is to have, and let me see if I can pull Stu's thing back up here. The key is that you have all three parts. In
Mm.
order to have a launch that works, you have to build anticipation. You have to open with a bang, and then you have to have urgency to sign up because there's some sort of scarcity and a deadline. Now, you could do that over the course of 3 days. You could do that. You could actually do it over the course of a single 1 day event. I've
Mm.
seen people do that in a 1 day seminar. I've done it in a 1 day seminar. But you've got to go through these three phases if you want to maximize impact and maximize sales. So, but if you're like, hey, I want a whole bunch of options, and then you say, hey, do it for 14 days and then pick and choose, just make sure that you're not shortchanging one of these three areas. And typically, what I find works best, what I have found works best over the last however many years, having launched several multi-million dollar products myself and being the number one affiliate for some of the biggest launches in internet marketing history, is that you want to do about 40-40-20 is a really good mix. 40% is here it comes. All right, maybe 30%, but 40 is good. And then here it is. Here's the special. And then here it goes. Now, what you'll find is that if you divide these two parts in half, about 50% of your sales are going to come here, and about 50% of your sales are going to come here, and 50% of the 50% are going to come at the very end. So in the last hour, at least 25% of your sales are going to happen in the last hour if you really are using a deadline effectively, maybe more. But at a minimum, 25%, half your sales are going to come on the last day, and half of those sales are going to come in the last hour because people just wait. And then you're going to have a certain percentage of people who are going to be contacting your help desk, lighting up your support email, letting you know that they were kidnapped by aliens. Their dog was, breeding with chinchillas, and it just, they lost a leg. There's always something that happens that even though you've been flogging this thing for 2 weeks, there was some reason why they couldn't buy during those 2 weeks. And could you please extend the deadline for them for another hour or two so that they can sign up? And I really have some mixed feelings about that, because just like I told you at the beginning, Stu, when we were talking, you want to train people to feel rewarded
Mm-hmm.
for taking action. You want them to feel penalized for not taking action, because you're
Mm.
training people.
Damn.
You're training people to what the rules are for you. And if what they get trained is, and a lot of people do this, and I'm not going to name names, but you know who they are. Or if you don't, I'll describe their actions and you'll know who they are. But they're, hey, we're doing this big launch, and the last time you can ever buy it is on Friday. And then the following Tuesday, they send out an email that says, hey, my friend so and so contacted me and begged me to open this up for one more day. And I couldn't
Hmm.
really do it for his people if I didn't do it for your people. And so they're training people that if they whine, bitch, moan, complain, or otherwise play victim, that they can get the special. They don't. They're like a kid on the candy aisle. Me, I want to train people that when I say what I say, I mean what I mean, and I do what I say I'm going to do. And I probably could make a lot more money if I do it the weasel way, but I have to look at myself in the mirror. So whatever you tell people you're going to do on that launch, you got to stick to it. Otherwise, you're a liar.
Mm.
Ooh. So anyway, uh, and Brad just said something which it's so where I said a part of this is fear of missing out. We want to train people that you really are going to miss out. It isn't fear of missing out. The hammer comes down, the price goes up. Sorry you didn't act. Sorry your dog was abducted by aliens while it was fornicating with chinchillas. Um, head down to the emergency vet and it's going to cost you a couple hundred extra bucks. So, but I think it's important that your word is your word. Anyway, um, I'm excited. So when are you going to come out with this? When is this all happening? I know you have it down as August 1st. So, okay, that's the one last thing I want to say about launching a product. Everybody comes up with their little launch plan. That's not what I wanted. Everybody comes up with their little launch plan and they're all ready to go and all that good stuff. But when you're planning something, if you're going to launch on 8/1, when does your product got to be done by?
Oh, I'm planning on having it done at least a week before 8/1.
Okay, so
And
whatever
that's
that.
and I'm not even giving it away at 8/1. That is my anticipation starts on 8/1.
Okay,
So probably be like 8/4 on Monday it actually launches.
but the product's done,
Yes.
and like and that's why I tried to build into the product launch genie, and we'll do a quick demo of it. But one of the things I built into it was, hey, depending on what you got to do, you now the product launch doesn't start on 8/1. It actually starts on like 7/23
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you got to create the emails, you got to make sure the sales letter's done, you got to do all these different things. And I think that's something in the planning phase that people miss out on because they don't actually, you don't do this enough to like
Hmm.
think it through. And so that's another reason why people burn out or they give up or they do a crap job. It's because there's all the stuff that happens so that this can just kind of drop. So let's demonstrate the tool. Would that be all right?
Sure.
All
I'm gonna
right.
grab something real quick while you get this started. I'll be right back. But
Okay.
just don't mind me.
Okay. So I'm going to make up a whole bunch of stuff since Stu's not here and I have no adult supervision. My name is Stu Smith, and I am launching a new product called Never Quit Stretching. It is a real time stretching video that I'm going to offer in conjunction with my Ageless Athlete book. And in conjunction with this launch, I am going to give people a special Q&A bonus where they can jump on with me on a live setting and I'll answer all their questions about stretching, longevity, mobility, and all kinds of good stuff. My main marketing channels I'm going to do for this are going to be my email list and my Facebook and Instagram. I have a whole bunch of testimonials from past customers. I also am going to get a small video demo up on the website, and I've already started putting up pictures that show people what the thing is all about and how easy it is. I'm going to, of course, give them a 30-day guarantee. And I have several scarcity triggers, one of which is giving a half off price for existing customers. And there is a deadline to buy by 8/15, August 15th, in order to be eligible for the live Q&A. My avatar is basically anybody over the age of 50 who really needs to improve and enhance their credibility. And that's enough. All right. So I literally just vomited into this thing while you were gone. I'm going to hit the easy button. The cool thing is that you can load your avatar, load your profile, and load your offer. So hopefully you have those things, but if you don't, you can use that. And so let's say it's interesting. It's telling me to do a 7-day launch. So let's say that my launch is going to start next Monday. So it's going to go Monday to Sunday. And which one did I do? 21st through the 27th. Okay. So 7 days. I can do 2 to 3 activities a day. I have a small email list. Main marketing channels, I told it, were email, Facebook, Instagram, proof, testimonials, small video demo, picture showing product. 30-day guarantee. Scarcity trigger. All right. Here's age 50. So I would take the time to go through this, but it's looking okay. There you go. All right. So got our stuff down here. Good enough. Well, no, I mean, I'm doing this kind of quick, but I didn't tell her what the price was. But it's interesting that it intuited that the price would be $50.
Hmm.
Not that
Yeah,
I'm
I didn't
saying
put a
that's what it
price in
should
either, and
be.
that's what it came out for me too.
Yeah. So now it's coming up with your product launch plan, and this one takes a little longer because it's doing a little bit more. This is one of
Hmm.
the most complicated ones I've ever made, just as an aside, because of what it's doing and all the different input. So once it's done with that, then you can run the audit plan on it. So let's see. I'm gonna hit the audit plan one while we look at this real quick. So anticipation, something's brewing email, Instagram story, 5 image behind the scenes carousel, uh, talk to close personal contacts, teaser testimonial from past customer. This is also, if I had to say, another big part of any launch, proof. That is the other thing that drives any launch, is proof that it works for you, proof that it worked for other people, proof that makes them feel like it'll work for them.
Nice.
So like one of the best things you can do is some kind of a demo. So instead of, I'm just going to show you a quick 3-minute clip from the actual training to show you how easy and fun and other stuff this is. And maybe you do the intro from it or something, but you just show them a little sample. The other thing to do as we look through this, so it's telling you, hey, might want to have a proof item on day 7. So the last day or second to last day, more proof on the last day. Um, and this is telling you to recycle it. So I mean, this is helping you to stay organized, get it done, stay on track, and develop a real plan, as opposed to just try and basically yank something out of your butt
Yeah.
and try and do it. So anyway, you can modify it however you want. You can substitute stuff. Actually, in the training, I put together it was like a 6-page list of all the different things that you could use to assemble together a launch. But proof is huge too. Proof that it works is also critical to this entire thing, because we're amping up the pressure on people to buy. We want to, if you think about when you're trying to sell somebody something, think about it like you're trying to get a pot to boil. And but the problem is that pot has a bunch of holes and stuff in it. And so the more holes it has, the harder it is to get it to boil. So if we can plug the hole of, hey, is this new or is this same old crap? Nope, this is something brand new. Oh, okay, new. Okay, plug that hole. All right. Well, can I buy it anytime I want? Or is there a reason for me to buy this now? Oh, no, no. There's definitely a reason why you got to be able to do the, you're going to want to have this. So there's scarcity. Okay. And then, okay, well, is this really a great deal? Yep, because we got good pricing, we've got extra bonuses, we got more value. Okay, well, is this going to work for me? Does this really work, or is this just a bunch of hype? Well, here's proof that it worked for Stu. Here's proof that it worked for somebody that's like you. And here's a demo that shows that this is something anybody can do. So now we start plugging those holes. We got a better chance of the thing boiling. And when it boils and the teapot whistles, that's when somebody buys. That's really what we're talking about here.
Nice.
So cool. Well, that was fun. I hope you
Awesome.
guys enjoyed that. Those of you who are members of copycontent.ai, we will see you. The time got away from me there at the end, man. We'll see you in about 5 minutes for genie hacking, which is where Stu and I go through and do some stuff that we normally don't intend for the genies to do. So we will see you all over there in a few minutes. Everybody have a great day. If you're not a member of copycontent.ai yet, you should be. Head on over to copycontent.ai and join today. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.